And how much can one person affect the economy? Quite a lot if that person is Taylor Swift. Her concerts noticeably increased the economies of cities and regions where she performed. I'm Jeff Colvin.
He's local. Certified financial planner Jason Qualls. Financial Coaching Radio. Weekdays at 4 on News Radio WGNS. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
Back on Rutherford Issues, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. You know they serve members with more than just electricity. Their community outreach team works with schools, parents, and students to provide engaging and unique learning experiences. MTE, serving to make life better since 1936. Our first chance to chat with our friends from the United Way of Rutherford and Cannon counties, and you know, I guess like the world now. There's more and more. Kara, how are you?
More and more. I'm great, Brian. How are you today?
Doing well. Kara Carpenter is here, Director of Engagement and Volunteerism. And we're going to talk today about the Storybook Breakfast, right?
Yes. Last year, 2023 was my first Storybook Breakfast, and I wasn't sure what to expect, but it quickly became one of my favorite events that we do. So we have our 2024 Storybook Breakfast coming up on Saturday, February 3rd at Overall Creek Elementary School, and it's presented by our friends at Murfreesboro Medical Clinic Pediatrics.
And we actually have Dr. Shannon Moran here with MMC Pediatrics and pediatrician there, obviously. I guess that makes sense. Pull that mic up a little closer to you there, Shannon, if you don't mind. And good to have you along with us. And you made it up the steps despite a recent knee injury, looks like.
That is correct, but appreciate having us here. But as a pediatrician and representing MMC Pediatrics, we have been thoroughly glad to sponsor this event each year. As a father and a pediatrician, I have attended it with my family as both a participant and as a guest, and we have enjoyed this opportunity to teach kids the importance of reading, express that to families. And I know my kids have enjoyed it each year we've gone.
Yeah, and you have one here, right? Who is this with us in the studio?
I have my second son, Finn Moran, here today. He's a big-time reader, and he knows the importance of reading. He told me this morning to add that if you start reading at an early age, that when you get older, you can read harder and harder books. So I thought that was a great line.
Absolutely, most certainly. How old is he?
He is 6 years old, and his I was telling Kara that his Christmas gift this year was a Kindle, Amazon Kindle, so that he can read a lot more because he knows how important it is to read.
That is awesome. That's awesome. So, Kara, tell me a little bit about the Storybook Breakfast. I know it's the fifth year coming up, and kind of what is the concept behind that, and all, if you don't mind.
Sure. Storybook Breakfast is a fundraiser for our local Imagination Library. And in Rutherford County and Cannon County alone, over 17,000 children age birth, babies through 5 years old, are enrolled in Imagination Library. And Imagination Library provides a free book each month delivered, mailed to the child. So it's no cost to the family. So, for 5 years, you can get, 5 years worth of free books delivered, to your mailbox. And Dolly doesn't pay for all those books.
Yeah, I think that's a common misconception.
Dolly doesn't pay for all those books, but your local United Way here in Rutherford and Cannon County pays half the price of those books, and the other half is paid for by the Tennessee's Governor Early Literacy Foundation.
Okay.
So we're raising money for the books for Imagination Library for the children here in our community, and it's a family event. So you and your family can come. You can have breakfast. You can do arts and crafts, and then you can have a meet and greet opportunity with some of your favorite storybook characters. And I'm personally excited about the characters we have this year because they were some of my children's and my favorites reading to my kids when they were little. But this year we're going to have Jenny B. Jones, Very Hungry Caterpillar, Madeline, Rainbow Fish, and Pete the Cat.
All right.
So we've got a strong lineup
That-
of characters. Also, Limeball Library is going to be there, getting kids registered for their library cards. And breakfast this year is being provided by Whataburger and the Smoothie King on New Salem.
Oh.
So we're excited about that.
Great, yeah, all kinds of great things. So we're going to kind of give you an overview of what happens during that time one more time here in just a couple of minutes. But you brought up something interesting about the Imagination Library, and Dolly Parton was a really big part of having that initiative begin, and still supports, but there is a local component to make this work.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, as Rutherford County especially begins to grow, it's not going to stop growing, I don't think. But that's, more and more children in that age bracket who are eligible for those books. So we just need to, keep raising as much money as we can for those children so they can all get the books.
Dr. Moran, I know that you mentioned MMC Pediatrics wanted to, participate in this and see the importance of that. So obviously with children of your own, it's pretty important, but you had other doctors come alongside, so they must see the importance of this event and Imagination Library.
Of course, yeah. We encourage reading even at a young age. I tell my families, start reading. It might sound silly, but reading to your babies within the first few months, because I always tell them that their brains are like sponges and they soak in all the language you tell them, and it can help with their starting reading at an early age, can help with their own language, their own vocabulary, their own intellect. My kids go to a local school around here, and their teacher emphasizes reading 20 minutes a day because it shows that it increases their scores on standardized testing and things like that. So reading, make it part of a daily occurrence, can have positive impacts at them, and that's why as pediatricians and a father we express the importance of not only sponsoring this but taking a part of it. So usually each of these events, one, 2, or 3 of the doctors are there either reading to the kids or handing out brochures or being actively involved.
Our guest in studio today with the United Way, Kara Carpenter, the Director of Engagement and Volunteerism, and with MMC Pediatrics, Dr. Shannon Moran. It's been a long time since my kids are both over 20 now, so it's been a while. But one of the things that I always tried to do as well was not to talk in a voice that was like down to them, or a kiddie voice, or like a lot of the cartoons, they have the baby voices, and so when talking to them, I just used a normal conversation, and that seemed to help them out of the gate, not have speech issues and things of that nature. So, but reading was very important in all of that, and reading to them. So, is there anything to that?
No, you're exactly right. We do encourage parents to limit, even though babies are adorable, and we all, even in office, I can baby talk them too, but I try to catch myself. But it is important. That goes along with reading, that regular language, which you think about in books should be regular, correct language. The more they read and hear, the better their language will blossom over time too.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and having a book in their hand, my daughter especially, and just always had a book of some type, was always reading, and I think that definitely still follows through today, and my son's job, a big part of that is reading. So, it's very important to have that foundation, and obviously you feel like this is an important thing to get behind.
Correct.
We want to also let you know that the funding not only, again, comes from the state, but half from here in the United Way. How did that all start, Kara? Can you give us any idea on, how is the United Way the one responsible for that?
Good question. That was before my time at United Way. But I do know
it just seemed like an initiative to get involved in.
It transitioned from Books from Birth.
Okay,
and so then it transitioned to Imagination Library, and we were involved at that at some point.
So how does someone that's listening now that maybe has young children, I'm sure that there are multiple ways that they know that this is available. How is that? I mean, how does that work?
I mean, I would think like through preschools and doctors' offices that there's information out there, but they can just go to our website also, and Imagination Library tab on our website, and they can sign up and get more information there.
Okay.
And I do know new families in the hospital and the nursery, when the babies are born, usually the family will get a brochure or information about sign up for the Imagination Library. So we try to emphasize that early.
I was curious about that. Yeah. So that makes sense that they know right off the bat. And are they eligible as, even newborn babies to begin getting the books too, right?
Absolutely. So Haley, who's our director of marketing at the United Way, Dr. Moran is actually her son's pediatrician, and I know Haley had her baby back in the spring, and she was so excited for little baby Wait to start getting the Imagination Library books. So he's been getting them.
Well, that's awesome. Yep. So the Storybook Breakfast, which is the fifth year of the event, is going to be on February 3rd over at Overall Creek Elementary. What are the times again?
It's we have two seatings for the event. One is at 8:30 a.m. and we figure it takes about an hour, maybe an hour 10 to have breakfast, see the characters, listen to a story from our readers that we're going to have there reading stories to the attendees and seeing the characters. So we have one at 8:30 and then another one at 10 a.m.
Okay. And signing up, how does someone purchase a ticket? This is a fundraiser.
It is a fundraiser. So tickets are $15 for an individual ticket or $60 for a household ticket. And a household can be a mom and dad, children. It can be grandparents and grandchildren, whoever lives in your household, and children age 1 and under are free to attend. But you can go to our website and purchase your tickets through the website and get more information.
So we're encouraging the whole family to load up and head over.
Yes, it is definitely a family event.
And the characters are a huge hit from what I understand.
Oh, they are. They were dancing around and having so much fun, with the kids last year and taking pictures, and it's very organized. We have like a little station for each character, so it's a lot of fun.
MMC, Dr. Moran is very involved in the community, is associated with many events, and pediatrics, especially with this, it's important to give back to our community, isn't it? I think that's kind of in the bloodline of MMC and everything you do.
Yeah, it's important for us to be involved. It's one thing to just be a doctor and take care of people, but the majority of us live in the community, so we want to be part of that community and give back. So that's always been a big message at MMC, and that's why it's Murfreesboro Medical Clinic and not Nashville Medical Clinic, because we want to be involved in the Murfreesboro community.
Very important. All right. Well, very good. Again, the Storybook Breakfast presented by MMC Pediatrics is going to take place on February 3rd at Overall Creek, 8:30 a.m. and 10 a.m., the two times, and sign up online.
Yep.
Get those tickets.
Purchase your tickets online.
Very good. All right. Well, I do appreciate you both being here today, and I hope the new year is off to a great start at the United Way. I guess it is.
It is.
Everybody's back and raring to go, right?
Everyone's back, ready to go.
Well, that's good. Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping in today, and Dr. Moran, thank you, and good luck on the recovery. Looks like you're well on the way.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Thanks, Brian.
Our friends from the United Way and MMC Pediatrics joining us today here on the program. If you joined us a bit late and want to find out more about what we have been speaking about, just go to WGNSradio.com/listen. You'll be able to find the podcast. You'll be able to find our video on X and Facebook and all those places. So that tells you everything you need to know. WGNSradio.com/listen to see where you can hear and watch your favorite WGNS live shows and on demand. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow for a Friday edition.
Greetings, friends. This is Lenny Farmer with the Jennings